Author's POV. Becky. What the fuck are you doing here? Becky asks, surprised with the older girl's presence, and slowly back away. Wait, Becky, don't walk away please, let me explain, Freen begged, trying to convince her as she keep their distance, not wanting to scare Becky. Becky grip her fist and looks away before taking a deep breath as she exhales slowly, trying to calm herself down. Make it quick, 10 minutes, Becky said sternly, still looking away. Freen let out a shaky breath before walking closer to the smaller girl. She can feel her whole body getting nervous. First, I want to apologize for what I did, Freen stuttered. Becky let out a sarcastic chuckle before facing the older girl, who have her head down. Bullshit, do you even realize what you did to me 4 years ago? I know, Becky, I know, and I want to ask for your forgiveness. Freen look up, meeting Becky's eyes. Do you think with your apologize I'm gonna forgive you just like that? For years, Freen, you left me without a single goodbye. For 4 freaking years. Whatever the reason for that, I won't forgive you easily. Becky started to lose control as she leaned closer to the older girl. Freen, keep quiet, she didn't have the courage to speak. You left me when I was pregnant with your child, Freen. You left me when I was at my lowest state, and when I need someone the most, you broke your fucking promise. You broke everything we built together. Becky burst out into tears, pointing every single sentence to the older girl's chest. Freen looked at the devastated girl in front of her, her heart feel heavy. All she could do is cry in front of her lover. Where were you all this tea time? Why did you left me just like tea that? Becky cried harder as she can feel her knees become weak, making Freen immediately pull the younger girl into her arms, holding onto her tightly as they both kneeling on the ground. I hate you, I hate you so much, Sriracha, Becky stuttered, sobbing, punching her chest weakly, while Freen just keep quiet and pull her closer, closing her eyes tightly. Her heart broke even more seeing her lover crying in her arms like this as she keep mumbling how much she hate her. I'm sorry, my love, I'm sorry, I will explain everything from the start, all I need is for you to trust me and listen to me, please Becky, I will fix everything, give me a chance, Tirak. Freen finally let out her unspoken words. The surrounding become quiet and Freen didn't hear any sobbing sound from Becky. But then she can feel the weight become heavier as Freen quickly looked at Becky and saw the smaller girl having her eyes close. Becky? Becky? Oh god, Freen panicked after Becky didn't even respond to her touch as the older girl immediately carried the younger girl to her car. Freen cursed under her breath after realizing that Becky just passed out. Her blood pressure dropped, it was probably because of the intense emotional stress and shock. What actually happened before she faint, Freen? Freen looked down and closed her eyes before looking at the figure in front of her again. Guilty took over her. We fought. Freen stuttered. But she's gonna be okay, right, Tina? Freen asked again worriedly and glanced towards the younger girl laying on the bed. Yes, she will, she just need a lot of rest. Don't worry, everything will be okay, Tina said, smiling, and rubs her arms. Thank you so much, I'm sorry for asking you to come all the way here and taking your time. It's okay, I'm not on my night shift, and beside there's a lot I want to talk about you, dude. How come you went missing for 4 years? Freen bite her lower lips and exhale. Long story. No matter much I want to hear that, I think you need some rest. Let's see each other again, and after Becky wake up, make sure she eat and drink the medicine that I gave, Tina said, and Freen nodded her head as they walked to the front door. I will, thank you again, Tina. I will see you soon, Freen said as they bid a goodbye. Sighing for the 100th times, Freen closed the door. All the tiredness building inside of her as she looks at the clock showing it's already 12 in the midnight. Freen? How's Becky? What did Tina said? She said, Becky's blood pressure dropped because of the intense emotional stress, mostly because of me, Freen said, looking away. Mrs. 𝖗𝖊𝖈𝖆𝖈𝖆 walked closer to her daughter before hugging her tightly. Freen immediately melted in her arms. Get some rest, the kids are sleeping already. They pulled away and Mrs. 𝖗𝖊𝖈𝖆𝖈𝖆𝖈 leave a peck on her daughter's forehead, making Freen smile. Okay, Mom, I'm just gonna see the kids first, Freen spoke before walking towards the room. Slowly opening it, Freen saw the 2 kids sleeping soundly beside each other. Leaning closer, Freen leave a kiss on Leo's forehead as her eyes went to Thanya. She slowly sat on the bed looking at the little girl. Freen bite her lower lips holding herself from crying, but failed. Thanya, Freen mumbled softly before caressing her hair. Closing her eyes, Freen sobs harder looking at her own daughter. How much guilty she's been feeling right now. Thanya didn't deserve this at all. Freen looks away, wiping her tears away before slowly leaning in to leave a kiss on the little girl's forehead. Mama is sorry, Freen whispered softly, staring intently towards her daughter as she can feel her heart ache again and again. Pulling away, Freen pulled the blanket up covering both of the tiny body before deciding to leave the room, worried that she might not be able to stop crying. God, I don't know how many times did I cry today, Freen mumbles. I messed up. Becky woke up looking around the room as she can feel her head spinning before slowly sit up. Gosh, what happened? Becky mumbled and looked at the wall, realizing that she is in her mother-in-law's house. Becky sighed and she can feel her heart stop for a moment after seeing the unexpected person sleeping on the floor with nothing on it, laying on her arm. The younger girl couldn't help but to feel her heart ache seeing the sight, Freen sleeping soundly on the floor. Becky looked at her again and again. Not gonna lie, but there's still a side of her that are missing the presence. She just couldn't believe that this is really happening right now. Freen is right here, in the same room as her after 4 years, leaving without a word. Moving in her sleep, Becky froze after seeing Freen open her eyes and immediately sit up after realizing Becky is awake. Becky, you are awake. Do you feel dizzy? Becky swallows her saliva and looks away, feeling her heart racing again as she avoids the eye contact from the older girl. A bit. Did I pee passed out?
Yeah.
You did. I'm sorry, Freen mumbles. Becky feel a bit taken back and look down on her hands before speaking again. Is Thanya sleeping? Becky asked. She is, sleeping with Leo. I hope you don't mind. As long as it's not you. Becky stuttered. Freen can feel something stabbing repeatedly inside her heart. Closing her eyes, she just let the hurtful words from Becky escape her mind. I deserve it. Freen spoke inside. Actually, I was waiting for you to wake up so that you could eat a bit and drink your medicine. Mom prepared a rice porridge for you, maybe you can eat a little? Freen said, and Becky took a quick glance on the tray of food beside her before nodding her head. I will, thanks. Freen let out a small smile before walked to the door. You can eat first, and after you finish you can call me so I could show you which medicine you need to drink. I will leave now. Becky hummed in response while Freen immediately left the room. Looking at the food, she slowly took the bowl but then quickly pulled her hands, not knowing how hot is it, making Becky shriek in pain.
Ah!
Freen immediately get inside the room, panicked all over her face as she quickly run to Becky, grabbing her hands. Fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't remind you that it still's hot, Freen said and rubs her finger. Becky on the other hand froze on her seat, didn't expecting this at all. Is it hurt so bad? Freen asked worriedly, looking at Becky. And no, I was just surprised. Becky said, and she can feel her heart racing again. Thank God. The realization hit her late as Freen quickly let go of her hands and stand up from the bed. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dash. That's okay. Becky cut her off before Freen could speak any further. It's making the older girl stunned with the answer. I don't want to fight right now. I'm tired, Becky stuttered before taking the spoon as she started to eat the food. Freen on the other hand still standing there, didn't know what to do as she rubs her not so itchy nape, looking at Becky. I'm giving you a chance to explain everything to me in the morning, that's all. Don't expect anything from me, Becky said without looking at her. I understand, thank you for listening to me, Becky, and here, this is the medicine that you need to eat before you sleep. I will leave now, I'm gonna sleep outside. Good night, Beck. Freen turned around and was about to walk away, but then a voice stopping her. You can sleep here, on the floor, take the blanket and pillow, Becky spoke, still didn't look at her. Freen can feel her eyes lit up as she looks at the younger girl. Thank you. Becky hummed in response again. The night went quiet and both of the girls turned their back towards each other. Freen's POV. I feel like I just get the best sleep after 4 years even though I slept on the floor. Being in the same room as Becky just made me the happiest girl in the world. I can smell her scent filling the whole room. God, I miss my wife so much. I really hope she feels better right now because she still haven't woke up. My feet brought me to the living room where I can see Leo and Thanya coloring book together. I couldn't help but to smile with the sight before carefully approaching them. Good morning, Mama. Leo cheerfully greet me and I smile. Good morning, Leo. You guys are friends now. Yes, Mama. Thanya love coloring like me. Leo said and I look at Thanya. She shyly look at me before continuing again. She's just like Becky, shy with stranger. I walked closer to them before sitting beside Thanya. She looked at me a bit and looked down again. I'm trying to hold myself from hugging her right now. I don't want to scare her. God, this still feels unreal seeing my own daughter in front of me. I didn't notice that a tear started to escape from my left eye as I quickly wiped away. This moment just made me feel so emotional. 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖈𝖆𝖆𝖈𝖆𝖆 look at me, probably noticing that I already cry. Are you sad? 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖆𝖈𝖆𝖆𝖈 asked me, and I look at her before shaking my head and smile. No, I'm just happy, I said, smiling, and 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖆𝖈𝖆𝖆 slowly gave me one of the color. You can join us, coloring is fun. Really? Should I? Yes, Mommy always do it with 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖆𝖈𝖆𝖆, Mommy said it's fun, 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖆𝖆 said, smiling. She scoot back a little bit before patting the space beside her, basically telling me to join them. My lips curve into a small smile before sitting closer to her. Mama should color the tails and 𝖗𝖊𝖇𝖊𝖆𝖆 can color the body, 𝖵𝖆𝖆 said, pointing towards the cat's tail. What will 𝖵𝖆𝖆 do then? 𝖵𝖆𝖆 will watch Mama. His answer made me chuckle as I quickly lift him up and put him on my lap before kissing his head. Gosh, he is so cute. Mama, no kissy. 𝖵𝖆𝖆 don't like, 𝖵𝖆𝖆 said, pushing my face away, but I just keep kissing his cheek. But 𝖗𝖊𝖆𝖆 love kissy. I look at my daughter and saw her looking at us. I couldn't help but to chuckle. Come here, I can give you kissy, I said, patting my lap, and she hesitantly walked towards me shyly. She finally sat on my lap as I hugged them closer to me. God, I have been waiting for this, having both my children in my arms. Even though 𝖵𝖆𝖆 is not from my blood, he is still my son. From now on, I will be your friend 𝖗𝖊𝖆𝖆. So you don't need to be shy and scared around me, okay? I said, and 𝖗𝖆𝖆 nodded her head with a smile as I kiss her forehead. At this moment, I just want to cry. Author's POV. Becky woke up and looked at the clock showing it's 9 a.m. already. Her heart suddenly racing so fast as she quickly looked at the floor and saw no sign of Freen. She sighed in relief before getting up from the bed. Walking outside, she can hear a loud noise sound from the living room. Gotcha.
Ah, no!
𝖵𝖆𝖆, help. 𝖗𝖊𝖆 screamed for help after getting caught by Freen. Mama, let 𝖗𝖊𝖆 go. 𝖵𝖆𝖆 hit Freen's legs with his shark plushie while Freen just let out an evil laughter. No. I won't let her go. 𝖵𝖆𝖆 then did something unexpectedly. He bit Freen's leg, making the girl fall on the couch and groan. Ag 𝖵𝖆𝖆. Attack her. 𝖵𝖆𝖆 and 𝖗𝖊𝖆 jump on her body, attacking Freen with their tiny hands as the older girl pretend to be dead.
Yay!
We won. 𝖵𝖆𝖆 and 𝖗𝖆𝖆 cheered. Becky, on the other hand, just watched them as she couldn't help but to let out a small smile seeing the moment in front of her. She quickly stopped after they noticed her presence. Mommy. 𝖗𝖆𝖆 get off from Freen's lap and pull her hand. Come. Let's play. 𝖗𝖆𝖆 played with Freen and 𝖵𝖆𝖆. Mommy should join. Honey dash, Becky stuttered, and the next thing she knew, 𝖗𝖆𝖆 pushed her down on the couch and Becky can feel her arms brushed against the older girl. The girls stunned with what happened as they couldn't do anything after 𝖗𝖆𝖆 pushed them closer to each other. Freen gulped on her saliva as she quickly looked away, the heat become hotter feeling Becky's body next to her again. Let's play again, Freen. 𝖗𝖆𝖆 excitedly said, continued by 𝖵𝖆𝖆. 𝖗𝖆𝖆, after this we will play again, okay? But now, me and your mommy need to talk first. Go play in the bedroom with 𝖵𝖆𝖆, alright? Freen said, looking at the little girl and back to 𝖵𝖆𝖆. Becky steal a glance to the older girl beside her and she can feel her heart racing again. Okay. 𝖵𝖆𝖆, let's go. Both of the kids quickly leave the living room. The surrounding become awkward again as Becky immediately stood up, clearing her throat and look away. Shall we talk now? Sure, I will explain if Freen stutter. Becky crossed her arms before sitting on the opposite couch, looking down on her feet. She take a deep breath. Tell me everything, from the start and the reason why you left your pregnant wife without a word, Becky sarcastically remarked, making Freen quickly look up with guilt. I will.